You might be wondering what class to play in Diablo 4. Maybe you're new to the Diablo franchise, or maybe you're just now picking it up. In today's video, we'll go over the pros and cons of each class to help you figure out which one's right for you. The Barbarian. Do you like getting up close and personal? Do you enjoy drinking ale from the skulls of your enemies? Do you want to be a literal one-man army? Then the Barbarian might be for you. The Barbarian pros are they're very tanky, they have a simple and straightforward kit, and they're able to buff themselves and their allies with shouts. The Barbarian cons is they are very resource dependent, they're slow at leveling, and they have melee only options. There is not a ranged option to play this class. So if you want to play a ranged character, probably don't pick a Barbarian. The Sorcerer. Do you like the idea of being a literal glass cannon? Do you want to manipulate lightning, fire, and ice to destroy your enemies? Then Sorcerer might be for you. The Sorcerer's pros is they are very easy to level, they have very high damage output, and they are extremely mobile with their use of teleport. They are also able to provide a ton of CC with both their ice and their lightning spells. The Sorcerer cons is you are literally the most squishy of all the classes. If an enemy looks at you the wrong way, you're going to fall over. They lack build diversity. You are pigeonholed into either some sort of ice or lightning build for the most part. And because of how squishy you are forced to take multiple defensive spells just to stay alive. And this is especially true in the endgame content. The Necromancer. Do you not have any friends? Do you want some? Are you an edgelord? Was your favorite band in high school My Chemical Romance? Then a Necromancer might be for you. The Necromancer pros, they have very high damage, quite possibly the highest in the game. Tons of build diversity, shadow, minions, blood, and bone are all viable. Able to play fully at range or melee or a combination of both, and they are very new player friendly. The Necromancer cons, they lack mobility, they are forced to take movement affixes on their gear or movement skills in their skill tree in order to be able to move around effectively. Most of the stronger in-game builds do require uniques. Minion build is dependent on keeping minions alive, while non-minion builds are very resource dependent. The Rogue. Do you like Assassin's Creed? Do you want to play a Naruto running simulator? Then the Rogue might be for you. The Rogue's pros is they are very high damage output. Rogues and Necromancers are probably tied in that aspect. They're versatile, they can fight at either melee or range, and they can also change the types of damage that they do. They are very mobile, both with your Shadow Step and your Dash. You're able to quickly move around the battlefield, and they have a very easy and smooth leveling process. The Rogue's cons is they're very squishy, second only to Sorcerer. They require high APM and good positioning to play well, and then some of their class mechanics can be difficult to manage at times. The Druid. Are you a crazy cat lady? Are you a furry? Do you like big burly men and or women? Then a Druid might be for you. The Druid pros is they're very tanky, second only to the Barbarian. The only other class that can summon companions like the Necromancer. Great AoE damage and crowd control, second only to the Sorcerer. The Druid cons, they are very slow at leveling. They are somewhat gear and aspect dependent, and some of those aspects are rare and hard to obtain. And they are resource dependent, regardless of what build you go. My suggestion for a brand new player to pick what class to pick would be the Necromancer. The Necromancer is probably one of the easiest classes to play. They have a slow ramp up in power. They don't have as fast of a leveling process as the Rogue and the Sorcerer, but still very strong. And then you are strong mid and late game without having to change too many aspects or really change your play style. So my recommendation would be a Necromancer, but feel free to pick any class that appeals to you and you think would be fun. What's up, guys? Editing Grom here. So I wanted to point out this video is very much tongue-in-cheek. I was just trying to poke some fun at the classes, so hopefully I didn't offend anybody. If I did, I'm sorry. I just was trying to make a few jokes there. So, but to let you guys know, I know that some of you had asked for a Sorcerer build. I am working on that. I pretty much have the basics down, and I know what I'm going to do. One of the items that I wanted to use in the build, unfortunately, requires level 73. I thought it only required level 60, so that's a little unfortunate, but we should have that build up for you guys hopefully next week. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell so you get those notifications when we upload new content. And we'll see you guys in Diablo. Peace.